Hey, Ines.
Hello, Thor. Gosh, you look great. I love that outfit. Orange is so cool, but very, very nice. I like
Thank
your hair
you.
too.
Thank you. I like how you look too. It's
Thank
great.
you. Thank you. Grays and blacks. I'm hiding. Blend in. Coordination with the sky.
Well, Happy New Year, Ines.
Oh, a happy, happy New Year to you too, Thor. Oh, let's make it a good one.
Yeah, 2022, huh?
Yeah, 2022. Yeah, that's what our little theme is about today.
Is it?
Yes.
What are we venturing in for 2022?
That's right. Slight pause. So it's what is going to happen? Well, this is not a astrological forecast, but
I'm sure that's what
this
people
is where
want
it gets
though.
us.
So what do you predict for 2022, Ines?
I don't. This is okay. I spend a lot. Listeners, I have spent time on this. I don't think that 2022 will actually see the world out of the woods. I mean, we all know that. We're not idiots yet. We won't be out of the woods yet, but we are getting there. But now this is important, but with a positive outlook from everyone, we can, I'm talking about the world, hand down, we can and we will actually lift the vibrations of any difficulties that may stand in our way. And this, I think, is an important situation, that we have a positive outlook, that everybody, whatever the situation is, there will always be pitfalls. That is life. However, with this new variant, apparently there's another new variant, Thor, from the Omicron. There's another one now.
Is there?
Yeah, I heard that yesterday. I may be wrong. So there's yet another one. And after that one, there will be yet another one. But it's getting to be the type of Omicron or variant or bug, whatever it is, where our bodies are now starting to fight back with the help of vaccines. I mean, that's whatever you agree, a person thinks about it, it is still something that has been given to mankind to fight this virus with. Now, but with Christmas, let's say, behind us, the lingering feeling of the strength of spirit to enforce the thoughts of peace and goodwill during that time are still around us, and they're still within us. It doesn't just go. Christmas is a time that tends to be infectious to many of us, not to everyone, of course, we know that, but to most. And throughout the world, there are different festivals at different times of the year, and they would in turn also bring forward that peace and goodwill to all. So it's actually a continuous process of peace and goodwill for that period of time in every part of the world. And should we be in another country, of course, at that time of their festivities, it would also be infectious. It's a happy time. And some who come here to the West would also find it infectious, even if they're not, let's say, of the Christian religion. But they would still feel that same sense of upliftment and goodwill to all men. And this is important. If you have a globe of the world or a map of the world, and you actually took the time to put a little pin into all of the festivities on every continent of all of the people, there is something good going on every day of the year. And that bit of good that goes on, it doesn't matter where the hell it is, that goes around the planet, and we can pick on that. Everybody has that. That's why these festivals, the different religions, the different needs are there. It gives us upliftment. And the happy season, I hope for most of you, for Christmas, still lingers. And if it wasn't so happy, what goes down always comes up. Always comes up. And that's also part of the podcast, Thor, with your meditation that you lead to others, the counseling that you give to others. Life can't just be on an equal basis. It has to find its level. It's a learning process. We know that. We know that very well. It's just hard to remember that when it's our turn to battle through life. We've always measured time, and mankind has always measured time. If it's from the seasons, the rising of the sun, Stonehenge, all kinds of things. And the one thing that does come forward in the new year is the feeling of now. Okay, today's what? It's the 7th of January. What is going to happen in the coming year? And there are many more years, of course, that are going to follow. But at the moment, this year is the most important. By concentrating our thoughts on this year and what lies ahead, it actually opens our mind also and our thoughts to other things, such as what's life? Say your New Year's and your Christmas wasn't all that. What's life? What the hell's going on? Are we being punished with Omicron, yet another virus? Oh, it's the hands of man. It's evil. Why is it going on? These thoughts tend to occur because we feel more inclined at the beginning of a new year to contemplate on what lies ahead. But the important thing is, think on yourself. What do you want to do? How do you want to do it? Why do you want to do it? What is your goal? Those are the thoughts that we also have to address to ourselves. But it is us, we have to make up our mind to do things. Although other things obviously in life also make up what's going to happen in the course of the coming year. But important, what do you want to achieve this coming year? What do you want to achieve? With that question, we also need to fashion our life as to what is there, not what we think might be there. Wishful thinking what might be there, which is not always the case. So we need to also be realistic. If you want to be a CEO, sit at the board, you might need some education. You might need a degree. You cannot just be a doctor without the certain certificate, certain education. What do you want to do? And if none of those are available, I think we have, you see it on the news enough, there are wonderful opportunities to move into a care industry, to move into nursing, whereby you will be given support for learning and advancement according to your own needs and where you might want to go. So there are opportunities in all areas. So what we want may not always be there. What we need to do is to break time down into understandably sized bits. Not say, oh, I'm going to do this year. God, where are you going to begin? Let's say you need further education or you need something else to look around. Okay, break it down. I'm going to do this. I'm going to start now. I'm going to look online. I'm going to see the job opportunities. What is there? You know, there's I'm only saying this because I've heard this, Thor. I know somebody who was just stacking shelves at Sainsbury's. He is now in charge, still a very young person, still in charge also of managing that sort of area. And from what I understand, I'm not purporting just one supermarket. This applies to all of them, Waitrose and other littles, I believe, whatever. You get a bonus by helping the customers. So the more people that you have going through your store buying things because of your help to others, it is a payoff. You get recognition for your efforts. You get bonuses, meaning that the quality of your life, paying the bills that are coming at us nonstop, increasing nonstop, are easier met. All I'm saying, you don't have to have a PhD. It's not necessary always, but there are many, many opportunities. Also important, think what is going on in your life. What's going on? Think how things are moving in your life. Why are they moving like that in your life? What is it? Is it an attitude? It's so hard. I'm not preaching. Everybody's in the same boat. Maybe we ought to change our attitudes just a little bit. What is life? All these questions All these thoughts come into the mind when we concentrate on the immediate. What are you going to do? What do you want to do? What are your goals? Why do you want to do it? The important thing is to keep our mind strong, and we need to keep our mind clear. By strong, it means not always go down the rabbit hole of despair, anger, frustration, hate, anxiety, fear. They're so easy. It's much easier to hang on to those negative feelings than it is to say, yeah, it's good. I'm coming to that as well. But I'll tell you one thing, when I've spoken to my friends, I said, you know, I was able to visit my family. I was very lucky, only about 9 days, but I'm lucky, very, very lucky. However, the rest of the year was good for me too. I did not get sick. I did not have COVID. So that is already a big plus. Okay, maybe I had to isolate, so what? But I don't have any lasting effects. So that is a good year. I can do things. I have choice. So life is a challenge. It's challenging. We know it is meant to be challenging. But we have a tool to help us cope and to move forward with our life. And that tool is meditation. So when I just said the important thing is to keep our mind strong and to keep our mind clear. A clear mind comes through meditation. Not because anybody tells you to do it. All scientists, everybody knows that any form of meditation is beneficial. Not because somebody tells you, so, okay, take 5 tablets plus you take a tablet of meditation. It has to come from within yourself. Otherwise, it's boring as hell. Because then you go, oh God, you know, I have another 10 minutes to do. This isn't doing any good. Of course not, because your mind isn't there. We have to fashion our life as to what is there. Meaning not just the monetary situations, the physical things we can touch and see and eat. What is there? Where's your brain? How are your thoughts? Are you allowing yourself to move ahead? No one has any form of entitlement. You don't, I don't. I have to work with my own mind. I have to get over the gremlins that I have as an individual. Meditation can round off the totalness of our lives, and the discovery that we're able to make through meditation within ourselves is as vast as the outer regions of the universes, and just as challenging and just as interesting. We are interesting people. Every person is an interesting person, all of us. When Thor and I were talking about some of the films that we enjoy, and we love sci-fi, we love that type of thing. Yeah, that's in you. That is in you. How do you know that in another lifetime you weren't on Battlestar Galactica? Who knows? You can find out if you were through moving into yourself. Find the essence of why you are, let us say, always anxious. Why you don't like doing certain things. Find out why. You don't have to change it, but trust me, it's interesting. It's like looking through an album of your ancestry. It's always great if you come across a king or a queen or somebody famous. What about the ones that were mucking out pigsties? They weren't always doing that. One lifetime we do this, and another lifetime we do something else, because that is the balance. Through our inner understanding, because of that understanding, appreciating who you are, a change in our outlook in our life does occur, which brings an inner improvement. I say inner because the pot of gold is not going to land on your feet. We've all tried that. But it's an inner improvement to the quality of the circumstances that are around us. It is an acceptance. This quality, this improvement is actually an acceptance and the understanding that life is good and the breath of life is precious, regardless of what our karmic pattern has brought forward. If you are in a service industry, I'm talking about the service industry, which all of us rely on. Fast food, somebody who cleans up after us. You're having good time out. There's always somebody who puts the pickles on your bun or something. Equally important. No one is less important than the other. No one is. Unfortunately, our wage packages don't always show that. But we are equally important. And if we have less, there's also a reason to it. Now, if we can remove and put aside our thinking mind for a while, then our subconscious mind becomes stronger. The subconscious mind is the larger part of the brain, not the small thinking mind. And this larger part of the brain holds the essence of total happiness. It is the seat of total surrender to that inner calmness that you see. Let's say somebody, we always talk about Buddhism or whatever, the serene. I wonder, does a saffron cloak make me any more calm? No, it still has to come from my mind. Doesn't matter what I have in front of me or don't have in front of me, what clothes or what I drink, not difference. But that is the seat of that total happiness, that seat of total surrender to the inner calmness, inner peace, and inner understanding, where we then can enter into that hall of peace and inner silence. The hall is a little box. It's you. No one can take that away. That's where we should be able to go into at your worst hour. It is the silence of calmness and peace. This inner silence is the silence of calmness and peace. And it's a feeling of sheer happiness to be still within ourselves, not always what's going on around you, but still within. But if we can't find that peace and that calmness and that heaven, individual heaven within, then all is well. The hell with anything else, then you're in a good place. And that's what 22, it's not going to be different. It'll move ahead in its own pace. We're all trying, but stay calm, stay strong, have a clear mind. I mean, if you're listening to us, you're listening to maybe 100 other podcasts too on the same topic. Choose. You can listen, but you still have to do it yourself.
That's the important thing, isn't it? You always have to do it yourself.
Yeah, that's right. And fashion your life what you have.
Yeah.
Other people who were talking about Lexus cars, fine. For mortals, mortal things. If these fancy bits and pieces don't leave us, and you're rich until you die, great. But trust me, then we leave them. We cannot take it with us.
We cannot take it with us when
Nope.
when the end comes. Yeah.
That's right. Can't take it with us.
Thank you, Ina, for those
You're welcome.
wise words of 2022. Calm, strong mind, and was it a third thing that you said?
A calm mind and a strong mind.
Yeah.
That's right. It's inner peace, actually.
Inner peace.
And that, yeah, inner peace. But you know, these podcasts, they're wonderful. But again, we have to instigate it. Somebody cannot do it for us. So if you go to someone such as Thor for meditation, you have to want to do it. Then it works.
Yeah. You have to want to do it. 100%.
That's right. And then also follow some of the suggestions that are made, such as relax 5-10 minutes a day. Do that. Try to get stronger. It's up to us. I mean, we all have to go to the loo, sit there for 5 minutes. Sometimes it's the only place that people have to have privacy.
Exactly.
It's okay. Who cares?
Who cares? Thank you, Ines, for
You're
sharing your thoughts. I think they are very apt and very useful. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, Thor.
And it's so good to be back to be podcasting, and we will be back here again next week.
Absolutely.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Take care. Woo.
Bye.
Bye-bye.